Today, I'm going to be talking about a manga that I read recently that I honestly picked up for the first time. I was at Barnes& Nobles over the weekend, and I thought to myself, you know what? I think I should pick up a new series. I wanted to get something that reminded me something of like Devil's Line, as to which it was something that I never really heard about. Something it was something supposed to be new. I decided to pick up Lovesick Ellie. So essentially, it's just a romance. This girl runs some kind of like fanfic account. It's supposed to be her, like, I guess you could say, I wouldn't say perverted, even though that's what the main guy calls her from time to time. But it's basically supposed to be like fanfic for herself. She's supposed to, like, I guess, use this persona online to create like imaginary scenarios for her. I guess you could say it's weird to explain, but it makes a lot more sense if you read it. Now, essentially, Twitter plays a huge part in this because obviously this is how the main guy and the main girl meet. Something I really liked about this book is that I've never really seen this route taken for romances. Usually when I see like high school romances, it's usually like, okay, the guy is like super popular or the girl is super popular. Guy and the girl is either like the least popular, you know, the most non-talked about person, which is a stereotype. It happens. Actually, I mean, even in this book, the guy is the most popular and the girl is like barely ever noticed. But in this story, instead of them being, I guess you could say, if I could relate to something, maybe it's like Say I Love You, that series. Basically, the guy is super popular, the girl isn't, but it's like some kind of like girl fantasy, like guy is super gentlemanly type of deal. But in this one, the girl thinks that he's like a gentleman and stuff like that, but she gets to quickly realize that he's actually a piece of shit. Like, he actually genuinely does not like people. And I thought that was kind of funny, but you know, he still has like a soft spot and could be, I guess you could say, nice in certain moments. It's just he puts on a facade because he just doesn't like people, I guess you could say. I don't know. It's the first volume, so I'm still trying to pick up on like what exactly is going on. What I do know is that going to what I was talking about before with the Twitter page, apparently this Twitter page is real that this girl uses. So I actually went to go, you know, look it up on Twitter. And I kind of spoiled myself because they end up having another series where they get married and have their honeymoon. So, I mean, at least I know they end up together at the end of the story. But, you know, Jesus, a heads up would have been nice. This story came out like in 2015 or something like that, I think it was. Yeah, first published in Japan in 2015. That is... It was honestly insane. I looked at it when I first looking at it in Barnes & Nobles, and I was like, Fujimomo. I don't know why. But when I first saw it, I was like, Fujimoto. I'm thinking, oh my god, Chainsaw Man author, duh. So I picked it up. I was like, this is going to be fire. I quickly realized that it was not Fujimoto and it was just somebody else named Fujimomo. And honestly, what adds to it is that this is written by a woman. And I actually get to see the perspective of a teenage girl through the eyes of a woman. From my other experiences with the romance series, I haven't really, like, I guess you could say, paid attention to who is the author or who made the story. So I haven't really, like, I guess you could say, I can't even say that I've have other experiences with women written characters. I could tell from this that it's a good perspective to look at, because seeing how this girl is acting, it's nice to see that girls can also be gooners also. It's weird. Very eye-opening in my opinion. But it's a fun story. I feel like everybody should read this, or at least give it a try, because the first volume was pretty freaking cool. It's not anything you should be like, I guess you could say. At least for the first volume, it wasn't very, I guess you could say, linear, because we were bouncing around like stories and stuff like that. Like, I think first one was them meeting, then all of a sudden she was meeting him up in the rain after like participating in like agriculture club. And then they were going to a fireworks show. First of all, the firework festival don't even happen in these series until, like, I don't know, episode like 10 or something, where they like start to hold hands. The fact that this happened all in one book, I was astonished. And you guys are probably wondering, you know, what made me want to do this so suddenly? Well, my batteries went bad over the weekend, so I couldn't play any video games. So I had to do something, right? So I mean, I picked this up. It was pretty good. Apparently, there's a live-action version of this series, so I'm probably going to check that out after. Other than that, hey, I recommend it. But like, comment, subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.